Hello, and welcome to day 2 of my 30-day restful yoga challenge. For today's practice, we'll be lying in savasana again, except lying prone this time, so facing down. You can do this pose from bed or from the floor. If you're doing it on the floor, you may want to use a mat or cover the area with a blanket for extra cushioning. So I'm going to also offer a meditation as well, just to help you get comfortable. It can be a long time, and don't feel like you have to stay in the pose as long as I do. I fell asleep in the pose. It's really comfortable. So I'll be using my body pillow for this pose. If you have a body pillow, I'd really recommend it. Or you could stack a couple of bed pillows, or you could just go completely flat on the floor with no pillows. Completely up to you. I just find that laying on the pillow really feels like laying on a cloud, and it's very comfortable. Whatever you choose, you're going to want to use a thin pillow or a folded blanket for your head. You'll just rest your head on this, and that will help to support your neck. I'm also going to be using some candles and crystals to help ritualize the space a little bit. This is my zebra jasper, which I got recently, and a peach moonstone. So we're going to start by just wrapping yourself up in an extra blanket if you're cold. I find that this feels really comforting and protective, kind of like a little baby. It just helps me to ground into the space by not really feeling as vulnerable. And the pose itself is really simple. We're essentially just going to come lie down on top of and facing the props or the floor. I'm going to do a quick child's pose first, just to ground into the space and help me to feel more into my back body. All right, and coming back up, just going to prepare to lie down fully into the pose now. So, if you're not elevated, you'll probably want to lie with your hands beneath your head so that you can rest your forehead without squishing your nose. I find elevating my body helps my arms fall more naturally on either side, and it's also very comforting to bring them together under the pillow, giving it a little bit of a hug. Since I'm hugging the pillow, I'm going to have my cheek rest on the folded blanket. This pose is super comfortable. That's why I fell asleep while filming this. So you'll see that I actually forgot to turn my head, but I'm going to cue the halfway point for you so that you can turn your cheek if you choose to lie this way. And as I mentioned earlier, this pose is going to be held a little bit longer than typical, so I'm going to offer a meditation. Yesterday's theme was really sinking into Shavasana with the imagery of soil, sinking into the soil. So today I thought I would offer an alternative but like-minded imagery where we're really going to focus on sort of that sinking and letting go feeling. We're also going to pay attention to the back body, which is open to the world. So we're going to begin by just taking some really deep breaths. As we're breathing into our body, can you let the material of the earth or the furniture beneath you really hold you? Can you soften your heart into the earth? Can you relax your stomach? Can you relax the tops of your feet? Can you feel your arms falling ever so effortlessly, just being in place? And the furniture and the props, they're really supporting you to sink deeper into the pose. Let your muscles melt a little bit. Feel the earth. Really feeling that connection that the front of your body has down through the floor, through the rest of the building, reaching into the deepest parts of the planet. You are being held. There is nothing you need to do to receive this holding. All you have to do is lay here, let the earth support you, and just breathe. The front of the body is growing heavy into the floor or into the pillow. Just feeling the weight of it. Breathing deeply into the abdomen. Feeling it come into contact. This is not the heaviness of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulder. This is the heaviness of truly being able to let go. Feeling almost like gravity. And now can you soften your back? Feel how whatever is worrying you, weighing on you, or maybe just preventing you from softening into the front, feel those things just float off your shoulders, sliding down the weight of your body. All of the things that have been on your mind just slipping off of you as if they were water. Let the gravity take them as well. Feel them float into the sky. Each thought, each worry, like a little feather just floating off of your shoulders. Let them lift off your back just for the next little while that you're laying here. If you need to, you can tell your mind that you'll be back. It's okay to let go for a little bit. It's okay to rest. It's okay to just focus on your breathing and on being. Our worries can be so pervasive. They can really eat away at us. And much of our mind is really just thinking the same thoughts. So, what would it be like to just focus on feeling the breath, feeling the body, feeling the props, feeling the floor, feeling the comfort of the earth as she holds you, listening to my voice, maybe listening to sounds of the street, maybe listening to your own breath, just letting yourself be. You are a human being. The only thing you really need to do in this life is to be, to let it happen. Life is not one long to do list. Maybe you're doing this yoga challenge with me and crossing it off. But in the moment that we're in the practice, we are not thinking about the completion. We're not thinking about what's waiting for us outside. We're thinking about being in the practice and observing ourselves with no judgment. So maybe those thoughts are coming back to you. Maybe you are thinking about kind of the end of the session. Maybe you're using this time to process things that are happening outside in your life. That's okay. But we're really just going to noticing when our mind does turn that way. And what does it feel like for you right now in this moment to be in the practice? Can you keep your focus on the body, on the breath, on feeling held, on rest, on where you are letting go, even when those thoughts come up? Alright, so we're about the halfway point. So if your cheek is turned to one side, now might be a good time to gently bring your head up a little bit and just rest the other cheek. friends. Thank you so much for joining me today in day 2 of my practice. I'm going to prepare to come out of the pose, just feeling back into the body, maybe wiggling your feet a little bit, maybe just taking a moment to stretch out a little bit, lift up, arch your back. Maybe you want to just bring your cheek over to the other side one more time. And when you're ready, you can gently come out of the pose and find a place of stillness. And thank you for being here.